Hey there students, it is I, Mr. Macasas, and welcome to another edition of Mr. Macasas video lessons, and this one is dedicated to my technology class. And first of all, I just want to welcome you guys to the second semester of the 2020-2021 school year, and we're starting off the second semester, and you're in my elective class for technology. So today's video lesson is dedicated on the technology course syllabus. And as you can see, I'm doing a screen recording of my laptop. You can see my blue vortex of doom for our Cyclone, which is our school's mascot. I also have my Promethean software up here, so that way we can start looking at the different, so that way I can highlight different portions of the syllabus and, draw attention to different aspects of it. And then lastly, of course, we have our syllabus, which is located here. And so today we're going to talk about exactly what you could expect to do for the third quarter of my technology class. So as you can see in the course description, it talks about mass communications and the resultant development of new technologies has given rise to profound changes in society, transforming how we access and process information, how we communicate with others, and how we address and solve problems. The technology curriculum will teach students how to use technology to research, collaborate, and execute a solution in order to help address a problem. This course will help students to pose research questions, synthesize answers from multiple credible sources, and present conclusions in an appropriate format. And as you can see here, we also talk about the different Colorado assessment standards. These are the assessment standards that are required by the state. We're using the courses discovered for grade 7 for this for the most part, as we're looking at. Mainly things like Standard 1, Oral Expression Listening, Standard 4, Research, Inquiry, and Design, and then Computer Science Standard 2, Computing Systems and Networks is what we'll be looking at for that one. Now, as we go through the course of the quarter, we'll be looking at primarily three things we'll be looking at primarily. First of all, we'll show you guys how to use Schoology as well as Google Drive. As you guys are aware, especially now during remote learning, these are extremely important. We'll be talking about how to do MLA bibliographies and citations as well, and as well to use Google applications as well. For the most part, though, we'll be using mainly Schoology for you guys to do your education on. A lot of Google Drive and Google applications for you guys to work on, and in some cases, the class website if you need to do it as well. Now, let's go and talk about what you guys are being assigned on this one. Pretty much, I'm grading you 4 different things. I give you 4 different things I'll be grading you on. First of all, for our research projects, as well as projects you guys are working on, I'll be grading you primarily on inquiry, as well as design, which basically means that you guys will go through, do your guys' research, bibliography citations, unit assessments, research, outline drafting, planning, collaborating with different members of your teams. That'll be some things you guys can look forward to during that one. For the evaluation phase, which is another one I'm looking at as well, this one is actually used for more things like your reflection on your guys' work, on your guys' projects, that sort of thing. The one you guys will primarily be graded on the most, though, is create. Basically, this is things like your typing club lessons for the most part. Since that's what we do pretty much every single day, we definitely do typing for the most part. And this will also be used for your guys' projects as well, for your unit assessments. So that's pretty much how you guys are going about getting your grading. So of course, for every single one of your guys' assignments you have for me, I will attach a rubric to it, so that way you can see exactly how you guys are being graded for that assignment. Now let's talk about our grading policy real quick. Like I said before, I will be attaching a rubric for every one of your assignments as well. And of course, the way we do calculate your grade is by averaging. Just take the number of assignments you have, divide it by the amount of points that you have possible, and then bam, that's how you come at your grades work. Now, here is the most important thing, all right? This has been a huge problem, especially with remote learning. So we're going to spend some time on this real quick. First of all, missing work. If you don't turn in an assignment by the original due date, it is considered missing, and it will be 0 until I get it. That's where I'm going to be basically going to be for the most part. All right, missing work means that you just didn't do it for whatever reason. Maybe you just slacked off and didn't get it done, or whatever the case may be, in which case I will give you 0 until you get it done. Now, you have until the next day, all right, which I mean is like the next day to get it into me, all right? I usually do my grading in the morning, so it needs to be in my Schoology page by the very next morning, because otherwise the highest you can make on that is a C in that case, all right? So you may not be able to get full credit for it, but a C is better than an F, and it's definitely better than a 0. So if you can't get it in by the original due date, get it in by the very next day. Otherwise, if I don't get it in within that 24-hour time period, it stays a 0, and you will not be able to go back, and you will not be able to fix it again, all right? So make sure you keep that in mind. The due dates are posted for every single one of your guys' assignments, so make sure you get them in by the original due date. All right, and that way you can avoid this whole drama of missing work. Now, late work is a little bit different, okay? Late work is basically the assignment's missing because of an excused absence sort of situation. You have a doctor's appointment, you got sick, something came up, that necessary, okay? In which case, if you're going to be providing me late work because of a reason, you need to message me immediately, so that way I know exactly what the situation is. Now, the difference between missing work and late work is this. For missing work, the highest you can make is a C when you resubmit it. All right. For late work, of course, you will get the full credit for the assignment because something extenuating happened, in which case I'll just grade it late like normal, okay? Now, of course, if I don't get it in by the next time that we arrange an extended due date for your late work, it will become a 0 if I don't get it by that time, so keep that in mind, all right? This really killed a lot of kids' grades last semester with the late work as well as the missing work especially. So my suggestion to you, just get your stuff turned in directly on time like you're supposed to, and we can just avoid this entire drama entirely. All right, so that's pretty much how the syllabus works for missing work as well as late work as well. And of course, we talk about remote learning as always. We'll be using Schoology for you guys. I'll post up this class, the syllabus, as well as student expectations and any necessary materials you need to have on Schoology as well. Make sure you guys are coming in for your attendance. Make sure you participate in your guys' warm-ups for your class discussions to get that attendance. If you see a warm-up and you don't answer it, I'm just going to assume that you didn't show up that day, and I'm marking it as absent. So keep that in mind. Also, like I said before, extremely important that you adhere to due dates and for your guys' assignments. Otherwise, it can really mess you up if you're not careful. Okay? So you guys have it, you guys. That's a quick little rundown on the technology syllabus for our technology class. As always, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, go ahead and message me on Schoology, and I'll get back to you guys as quickly as possible. That's good for this one, you guys. We'll catch you guys next digital lesson. Peace out and stay classy.